With the U.S. now surpassing Italy as the country with the most coronavirus deaths in the world, more than 21,000 nationwide, a new warning from global health officials making headlines for these comments Sunday.
You could logically say that if you had a process that was ongoing and you started mitigation earlier, you could have saved lives. I mean, obviously, if we had, right from the very beginning, shut everything down, it may have been a little bit different. But there was a lot of pushback about shutting things down.
Everybody on their computer right now.
Carrie Hopperstadt's 3 sons are home today. For the next 2 weeks, they'll be learning online.
I think it's kind of a ramping up, learning the technology, figuring out what each teacher is expecting.
Their school outside of Seattle is closed, one of many districts in states across the country that sent students home.
Hi, I'm Yaelin Gonzalez, and I'm the director of this documentary that is supposed to show the perception versus reality of Dr. Morrow's marketing class in social media. Since people only ever see the pictures of us with our speakers and our treats, they think we just sit around and listen to people talk about nothing. But in reality, this class has been so much more beneficial to us than we could have ever imagined. So we decided to make this documentary to show our side of things. And of course, we were really excited to have our own little production going on at the school. That was until COVID-19 showed up and closed down our school for the rest of the year, which made this documentary a lot harder to make. But despite all of the obstacles in our way, trying to discourage us from finishing the documentary, we are pushing through and finishing the year strong, just as we always planned to. So without further ado, here's our documentary, Smoke and Mirrors, The Experience Behind the Door.
Welcome. You are now on the set of Smoke and Mirrors, The Experience Behind the Door, and this documentary is now in session. As you can see, this is where we film. Well, that was until COVID-19 hit. You can see Emily, our makeup artist, Alex, our cameraman, Yaelin and Ariel, our directors, and then there's me, Jordan, the sound guy. I'm the co-producer of this film, and we put together this film to show you what Dr. Morrow's class is all about. By the way, this is Dr. Morrow, our marketing teacher. Some might consider her to be a marketing guru because of who she knows and who she brings in to speak to our class. Here are some examples.
Polo the Don, hip-hop legend. T.I., hip-hop icon. Dikembe Mutombo, NBA legend. And Kayla Nicole, internet sensation.
Here's my class. The guys in the green and pink are the CEOs of Support Black Colleges. They came to stop by to drop off gems as well as t-shirts to our class. Now, the shirts were cool, but that's not what's important. What's important is what we learned. And this is a great way that Dr. Morrow teaches us throughout her class. She brings in speakers who range from top CEOs to local entrepreneurs, giving us a visual of what it looks like to be a young entrepreneur in today's society. Yes, we could just learn from a textbook, but that's just not what we do. Dr. Morrow feels if it's best as we get hands-on and real-life knowledge from other individuals that have lived those experiences, which is true, but that's enough talking. Let's get to class.
Like $20,000 in inventory, and I had saved up money from my job because just saving or whatever. $600 apartment, I was pretty much pocketing everything. And mind you, I was living with 5 people in my 1-bedroom apartment. So it was me, my 2 cousins, one of my best friends, and then like a dude that I call my brother. But I invited them in because they were family to me and they had nowhere else to go. So I just had a 1-bedroom apartment with all these people. So I was really saving a lot of money because I was splitting $700 rent between 4 or 5 people. So I was really pocketing some bread, low key. But I saved all of that to that $10,000, and then that's when Corey was like, yo, if you want to get involved in the business, I got $20,000 in inventory. You got to come up with 10. I happen to have $10,000 and 2 cents in my bank account. Sent him $10,000. I had 2 pennies in my bank account. I got a screenshot of it right now to this day. I use it for motivation because that day when I sent the money, he didn't know this at all until maybe I talked about it like a few months ago. I didn't know how I was going to eat. I didn't know how I was going to pay rent. Of course, I can't tell my roommate, hey, bro, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay rent this month. So just hustled it up, bro, and then we just went from there. But I took a leap of faith and I just put my all into it. And I figured that, hey, if we try our best, then how can we fail?
So much in my life than at my HBCU. Like my freshman year, my HBCU experience, I learned more than I've ever learned in my entire life from like just life lessons to time management to how to deal with other black folk. Like, I've never been in a situation, seriously. I went to all-white private school. I graduated with 80 kids. I knew that I wanted to go to a HBCU. I couldn't do that for another 4 years. And I applied to Duke, got in, applied to Carolina, got in. I applied to Howard, got in, applied to A&T, got in. And when I went to visit Howard, it was on a day where they call it Acceptance Students Day. And that's where they have like the music, the DJ in the yard, they got the food, it looks good. I'm walking like, yo, this is crazy. And then like, I've never seen so many black people like with wealth and status. Like where I'm from, black people are looked at as lower class, but in HBCUs, you got people that's going to country clubs that are black, and there's like people like that have famous fathers and people that, you know, own Uber, like just like random stuff. But I will say that in my experience, like the network is unbelievable. Like it was like 2 days ago, I was in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru, and this lady had a Howard University license plate, and I went like, oh, you went to Howard? She's like, yeah, class of 86. She was so excited. I'm like, class of 14 or whatever we taught, and I was like, I'm gonna pay for your meal, and I just paid for her meal. And it's like, that's like what HBCU is, a family. So I don't know her, I never probably will see her again, but like, that's like what you get from an HBCU. You get people that look like you, that support you, that talk like you, that can relate, that have the same situations as you. At PWI, you have the Black Student Union, but like, that's like 3% of the campus versus like 100% of the campus. So that's just my personal, like,
I just want to add, you can go to HBCU for undergrad and go to PWI for grad school and get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, because a lot of times people don't tell you, but like the class, they don't give the classes at HBCU the same, like, they don't give it the same respect as they give it at PWI. But like, there's a professor I had, Dr. Carr. He's like well known in the African diaspora, African American studies. He will teach you so much about yourself that you never knew, that you can't get going to Georgia State, that you can't get going to Georgia Southern or any of these schools. Like Dr. Carr is legendary. He's known from celebrities and all kinds of people in that atmosphere. But he went to Howard, and he works at Howard, and he's just like out there every day. He's like a vessel that you can just get from any time, and that's kind of what you get from the HBCU.
Come on now. Can you really get that information out of a textbook?
Figure out what your truth is. You need to be willing to uphold it and not change it because somebody else don't like it. In high school, that's hella hard. You like something, somebody's like, oh, that shit lame. You be like, oh, no, never mind. No, for real.
This is Dr. Regina Bradley, an assistant professor in English and African Diaspora Studies at the University of Kennesaw State. And in this next clip, she'll be giving us advice that's helpful for any student.
Y'all got an 88. Convince me to give you an A. You need to think about it, you need to pray about it, you need to...
Convince you to give me an A.
Yeah.
What's the scenario like? I just took a test.
You just finished the final, and I'm over here. I'm gonna give you exactly where I'm at. It's the end of the well, it's the semester. It's the end of the semester. You took the class, you took the exam, didn't do as hot as you thought you would. So now your grade dropped a little bit to 88. Convince me to give you an A.
All right.
Okay, the door is open. Follow the trap music. All right, we turned on my Jeezy. Yes.
Dr. Bradley.
I will hope you know your professor's name by the end of the semester. Yes.
I saw I didn't do too well on my exam.
I saw that.
I had an 88 in the class. I would really love to get a 90. I would really love to get a 90.
What do you gotta do with me?
I've been busting my butt all semester. So the class, before class even started, coming after class for tutoring, asking for help.
Yeah, you come a couple times after class. I do remember that a little bit, not a lot.
I was wondering if there's anything I can do in order to help me get that A or closer.
How you think you did?
Yeah.
Y'all just like him. No, that doesn't work like this. No, so it'll be like, let's switch. You're Dr. Bradley, I'm here. Hey, Dr. Bradley, how you doing? It's good to see you. I know that's the end of the semester, but I also want to talk to you real quick about how to enhance my grade. All right? So I took the test, didn't do too well on it. I understand that. But I'm currently at an 88.2. Me too. Currently at an 88.2. So I know that you said that you don't like grade grubbers and you don't do any of that. But I was hoping that we could talk about it because I try to show more initiative to make sure that I can pull off this A. So I came inside during office hours. We've had discussions about the text. Also, I did the extra credit, so it's still coming right there. So I'm showing you that I'm willing to work. I have the work ethic. So I'm just hoping that you would really take the time to consider helping me out in this instance. But even if not, I really do appreciate the class and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come speak with you about it. You have a good day. You never tell a professor or a teacher you earned something. You just feel like you earned something. That will always shut down the conversation. If you ever start with, I feel like, I'm gonna be like, well, I feel like I don't wanna do it, right? Then I'm like, okay, but then I also realize the student doesn't come to class, turn in on their work late. I'm not gonna help you out. Does that make sense? So like, remember we were talking about how code switching is both verbal and nonverbal? There's a nonverbal part of that. Do you come to class on time? Do you speak to the teacher or to the professor?
Are you on your phone the whole time?
That part. Right? Do you try to put in initiative? Does that make sense? Yeah? You gotta learn how to play the game. That's how you network. Because then what's gonna happen is, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you the A. You got the A, it helps you out. Here's the secret to success. I want you to like put this into your mind, write this down. If you get nothing else from me, this is the #1 secret to success. If somebody helps you out, you write them a thank you note. It is a lost art. Talking about, you can go to the dollar store, get a little thank you, the blank cards in there. Dear so-and-so, I just wanted to take the time to thank you for your help with X, Y, and Z. It means a lot to me. Thank you again for your attention and whatever. Sincerely or cordially, figure out what your thing is. They're gonna be like, oh, they sent me a note. However I can help them from here on out. I see my man again 2 years later. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Like, oh, you remember I took your class? And I was hoping that you could write me a letter of recommendation. I remember you the thank you note guy. Does that make sense? Thank you note, not a thank you email or a text. Yeah, you can do that, but it doesn't nail it home like a handwritten thank you note. Even if you don't get the position or the networking skill or whatever, you still send a thank you note because it always happens. What if an opportunity comes up? Ooh. What if an opportunity comes up? Oh, you know what? I didn't get that. I didn't able to do it last time, but somebody I could nominate for that. Does it make sense? That's part of the game. You gotta learn how the game works. Thank you. Very good.
So if you're not sold by now, are you really watching this documentary? Can't be. Next clip.
Whatever. I was more so worried about my classes. And when I say y'all, my classes be jumping, like it goes crazy.
This is Khalees Marie, the owner of Kay's Cupcakes in Conyers, Georgia. And in this clip, Kay shares her success story on how she became a young 23-year-old entrepreneur. And then teaching us how to make strawberries at the end. Stay tuned.
So location is everything as well. So a lot of people, they think when it comes down to business, oh, I gotta go to the city. The city ain't necessarily like, I ain't gonna say it's not where it's at, but you gotta think, it's a billion people in the same area doing exactly what you're doing. Me, I decided, let me capitalize off something where there's nothing at. I'm not gonna say I can't fail, but I'm gonna say it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna say that. God, please don't play with me. But let's just say I went somewhere where it was needed or wanted, and I made sure I had the clientele to maintain the space. Make sure I already had like kind of money coming in before I hopped into it. Like I said, I was in a 3-bedroom apartment and was bombarded with orders. So I was like, okay, cool. I know I can maintain the shop, but I need some good walk-up traffic too. So when I opened, I already had my clientele. Like on my grand opening of a cupcake shop, I want to say I did about $5,000 in 5 hours, which is good off cupcakes. Especially the highest thing that was on my menu was $6. So $5,000, highest cost of item is $6. We was working. The money was made. I was happy that day. I made $100,000 in my first year of business, which is pretty good, I feel like. With me not necessarily knowing what to do, like even now I'm still kind of like figuring stuff out. So me not knowing what to do, not knowing nothing, like still, I'm 23, like at that time, 23, still figuring it out. And I'm like, okay, cool, I bust 100,000 my first year. Most folks can't say that. Most folks fail their first year because they don't know, nobody else, and then they lose that drive. And with me, I'm just like, no, this is something I really want to do. Plus, I look at this like failure ain't an option. I can't fail. I don't put too much money in this, so I need my money back. And even with me saying I made $100,000, I don't have $100,000 because it had to go right back into the business. I just made it. I don't know where it went now. I don't have it. But it's definitely like, it's something like I always wanted. I got it, and like I said, I'm not gonna fail. So me having that mindset, I'm always kind of like, whatever it takes, whatever I gotta do. When I see business slowing down, it's another thing too. You always wanna reinvent yourself. Always. You don't want to remain constant doing the same thing because, for one, there's no growth. And for two, you'll be like, well, business been like this for the longest, and it's been this, what's taking so long? Why has business slowed down? Why is this, da, 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 da? Well, what you doing? Like, you can't continue to put out 2 + 2, 2 + 2, 2 + 2, 2 + 2, and expect to get more than 4. You get what I'm saying? You kind of gotta turn up there. I charge a certain amount for it. I'm gonna give y'all a free game. What y'all do with it is on y'all.
So what's some advice you can give the students that weren't in this class today or might not take this class at all?
Know your dreams, follow your dreams, research how to reach the goal of your dreams, and stay true to them. That's it.
Kay wasn't the only one we asked this question to. Here's some other speakers that had something to say about Dr. Morrow's class.
If you were not in here, consistency is key in anything that you want to do. Understand that staying humble is everything. Just as fast as anything is given to you, it can be taken away. As long as you have proper preparation, you'll never have a piss poor performance. And just in general, be you, do what you want to do, and do it at the best of your ability. So if you miss this class, I mean, the sky is the limit. And I can always come back. But the sky is the limit. And if you want to do something, I mean, just go for it. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Just make sure you're dedicated. Just make sure that you work hard at doing it. And just make sure that you're consistent. Because as long as you're consistent, you're growing. And as long as you're growing, then nobody can stop you.
Some advice that I would give someone that's not taking this class is to keep your head down, remain focused, determined, and know that it's within you if there's something that you want to do.
So one piece of advice that I would give for somebody who wasn't here today is be nice to everyone. That will take you so far in life. It doesn't matter if you think they can do something for you or they can't. Just be kind and you'll reap the benefits of that.
And mine would be follow your dreams. I feel like you should always, any type of dream that you have or you want to pursue, anything you want to pursue in your life, you should always stick to it and you should be consistent and you should just go get it.
What's up, y'all? So I just spoke to Miss Morrow, her marketing class, and y'all, when I tell you, it's amazing. Not a dull moment. The kids are awesome, brilliant, bright children. I ain't gonna say children, young adults. So y'all sign up for her class. If you don't sign up, I don't know what you're doing because you're missing out. It's amazing. It's fun. she crazy, like to have fun, but you're gonna learn some good stuff. So go in there and sign up for a class, y'all, because if you don't do what you're doing with yourself, friend, do something.
Hey, Tony Gaskins here, best-selling author and celebrity life coach. I just spoke to Dr. Morrow's class. Look, you have to sign up for this marketing entrepreneurship class. The students were amazing. This topic is gonna take you very far in life. You cannot do anything in life without knowing and understanding marketing. So if you have been thinking about it, make sure you join the class, and I look forward to speaking to your class.
Now, since we heard from the speakers, it's time to hear from Dr. Morrow's 5th period marketing class.
My name is Kiera Morrow, and I'm going to talk about my experience in Dr. Morrow's class. My original perspective of the class was that I felt like it wasn't for me. I felt like I just didn't want to be in there, and that eventually would backfire on me. But as I got to my 3rd year, my perspective did a whole 360. Like, it eventually became my favorite class of my high school experience so far. And after a year in the class, what made me want to stay was, if it wasn't for Dr. Morrow being so hard on me, unlike my other teachers my freshman year, they just let me slide with things. If it wasn't for her being so hard on me, I wouldn't have went to the 2nd year in the class, because her being hard on me made me want to come back the next year and do better. And what I thank her for is always treating us as if we were her own children and opening us up to different opportunities and connections to people that we can use for the rest of our life. And what I miss most about the class is, of course, Dr. Morrow herself and the connection between the students that we had. If it wasn't between us doing a project together or just laughing, that connection is just unmatchable. And if I could do the class over again, I would.
Hi, this is Jelon Draper from Dr. Morrow's marketing class at Luella High School. I dropped in just to tell you a little bit about Dr. Morrow's marketing class. The thing that most people get mixed up about our class is that we do not do work. We do work. Our speakers are our work. They give us jewels that we can take into the real world and use in marketing. Why did I join marketing? At first, I joined marketing because I wanted to get the business part of marketing. I already knew how to brand and things like that, but I wanted to sit down and get the numbers, how to write out a business plan, how to do those type of things, and marketing gave me that. The most memorable thing would probably be when Support Black Colleges came out. And not only did they come out, they gave us t-shirts and they did a TikTok with us. The main thing that I am going to miss from Dr. Morrow's marketing class will be her herself, is Dr. Morrow. She is a strong woman. She has gave us jewels over the years that is going to take us into the next level. She is the only person doing what she is doing, and I am just so glad to be a part of her class. Thank you.
One of my biggest high school blessings has been Dr. Morrow's class. For the last 3 years, I've been with Dr. Morrow, and she just taught me everything about marketing, how it's in everything, literally everything. And one thing that I will always remember is she taught me the meaning of experiences, like just the importance of it, just like how it's important to go out and gain new experiences, just network with people, talk to people, do different things you haven't done before. And I just really want to thank her for that, because that's something even now, like, I just think about and be like, I just want more experiences. I want to experience more. I want to do more. So I definitely just want a big thank you to Dr. Morrow for the huge impact she's had on my life for the last 3 years. And I will definitely miss her class without a doubt. I'll miss all the speakers, all the food, all the little things, the little videos we make, everything. Like, her class is definitely the best. And I miss going to 5th period every day.
My name's Amir Fraley, class of 2020, and I decided to join Dr. Morrow's marketing class because marketing felt like something that would really help me in my life for the future. I never thought that it was going to be something that's in every aspect of the world. I didn't know that marketing was some grand tool that could help you in anything you do. I never thought that it would turn out to be what it actually is. Dr. Morrow changed my life in so many different ways because she changed my way how I think and how I perceive the world. I never thought that you could use marketing in any way, in any aspect, and for any facet of life. It changed me, and I'm very grateful for being able to take the class. And after my first year, I decided to stay in the class because I knew that I needed to stay in that class, because if I didn't, I would have made a mistake. If I didn't stay in the class, who knows what would have happened. I'm glad that I stayed in the class because this class taught me so many things with the different speakers, with their stories, what they've been through, their struggles. It helped me to find my own way. And now I can take the information that I got from them to build my own path. And for that, I thank you, Dr. Morrow.
Okay. So the reason why I decided to take marketing is because marketing is everywhere in the world. And I feel like it's something that you need to know throughout life. My first perspective on this class, well, I thought it was going to be hard. But after learning what I know from my first and going into my third year, it all just came together and it just made the class very much easier. And I feel like it's the best thing that could happen to anyone. If I had to describe this class in one word, I would have to say it's phenomenal. And the one thing I'll miss the most in this class is all the laughs, the real life conversations, the speakers, and just all the good times that we had, because you won't learn this in any other class.
Hi, I'm Jose Gaston, and I've been taking Dr. Morrow's marketing class for 3 years now. And some may wonder why I decided to take the class. And the reason why is because I wanted something that could be impactful and beneficial to me towards the future wherever I go. If you decide to take Dr. Morrow's marketing class, you should know that this class is a complete game changer, because you don't get that sugar-coated stuff, and you have people who have experienced the real world and how they've hustled and strived for their best. And they want to give us, as a future generation, some impactful and great information that, even if we might not understand it all, will still help us in the future. If I were to describe Dr. Morrow's class with one word, I would go with exclusive. And the reason why I say exclusive is because there really isn't that many people doing what she's doing. And also, sometimes the information we get during speakers is sometimes too good. I'm truly thankful for Dr. Morrow, because these experiences we've had these past years have really made my high school year. And some things I will never forget. Thank you, Dr. Morrow.
I'm Emily Hernandez, and I am in Dr. Morrow's Level 3 marketing class. I decided to join the class because marketing principles sounded like something I've never done, and it sounded like a brand new adventure, so I said, why not? I want to thank Dr. Morrow because she not only taught me how to be a better version of myself, but she also taught me many meaningful things over the past 3 years. She taught me that being creative and getting yourself out there was very important in the world, and she taught me that being able to speak first was also very important, and being confident. When you're confident, a lot of people look at you more seriously. I'm gonna miss this class because we were more than just a class. We were more than just an elective. We were a family, and we were always there to support each other no matter what, and we were always there to talk about everything no matter what. I'm glad that I was able to experience this, and I'm very happy that we leave off on a good note, although it was cut short, but I will forever love Dr. Morrow's marketing class and us as a family.
My name is Jason Johnson, and I am in the class of 2021. Before I say anything, I wanted to thank Dr. Morrow for allowing me to be a part of her wonderful class that has taught me and so many others so much about the real world and different pathways that I can pick from. After my first year in this class, I knew I had to stay because of how much I was learning and how much fun I had. Like, the class is literally amazing. I'm gonna miss so much about the class in Dr. Morrow's class. From the fun and the love in the class, like, it was incredible. Everybody loved each other. Everybody knew each other. You know, we had such a good connection. And the speakers, of course, man. There's so many memories I have from Matumbo coming to, you know, all the food that we got and all the things that we learned, like, about real estate and all that. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it all, really. So many memories that were created from this class, you know. Yeah, man, that's really it. And I just want to thank Dr. Morrow again for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful class.
Hey, this is Julius from Dr. Morrow's 5th period class, and I had some questions I had to answer. So number one, why did I join marketing? The reason I joined was because I wanted to learn more about business and how it operates. Number two, in one word, can I describe the class? The class is amazing, the best class I ever had my whole high school years. For number three, what would I thank Dr. Morrow for? I would thank her for everything she done with the speakers, letting us get to meet new people, see their story, hear their story, how they did things. And yeah, thank you, Dr. Morrow, for everything.
I'm Anaya Waters from Dr. Morrow's class. A misconception about Dr. Morrow's class is people think that when speakers come to our class, all we do is get treats and things like that and we don't learn anything. But in reality, that is not the case at all because we learn lots of things, including marketing and networking and things even beyond that. Dr. Morrow's class is built off of networking. Networking is the foundation of her class. After my first year in her class, I knew I wanted to come back because I have learned so much the first year. Out of all my classes, I know this is a class for sure that I will use in my future. Dr. Morrow's class has impacted me in a very good way. When I came in her class, I knew very little about marketing and networking. She has helped me understand how marketing and networking works in the real world. While this is my last year of Dr. Morrow's class, I will miss all the speakers that we have had and all the good conversations we have had in her class.
Hi, I'm Eileen Gonzalez. One word I would use to describe Dr. Morrow's class is life-changing. The common misconceptions about Dr. Morrow's class is that people only really ever see the social media aspect of our class. They're not ever in the class listening to what we listen to, and they think that we just kind of gossip and sit around and receive treats, but that's not true. A lot of these speakers have taught us how to market ourselves. They taught us the reality of being out on our own in the real world. And they've also given us plenty of opportunities to reach our future goals in life. Oh, I would like to thank Dr. Morrow for teaching me this at a young age. Really opening my eyes to the reality of everything rather than just kind of doing what any other teacher would do and just teach me the basics and have me learn this the hard way when I'm 25. So, thank you, Dr. Morrow.
I'm Mara, and I'm Dr. Morrow's third level student. I decided to join this class. Initially, I was a sophomore in high school, and of course, you would think me wanting to be a corporate lawyer and marketing, they don't really go together. But I feel like regardless of whatever kind of career you want to go into, whether it be marketing, whether you want to be a doctor, anything like that, you need to have, employability skills. So that's why I took her class, and, I was really just praying, like, even if it's a lot of work, book work at least. In one word, I would describe it as inspirational. Teachers are only obligated to do so much for us. And Dr. Morrow, I feel like she goes above and beyond, really, to do everything for us. And she tries to, she gives us all the tools that we need in the sense to be successful in life. For example, teaching us how to fill out a deposit slip, how to fill out a check. And then she also even teaches us the 7 functions of marketing, which she's reiterated on numerous occasions. And those are some of the.
Hello, my name is Kalia Moore, and I'm a third-year student in Dr. Morrow's marketing class. I originally decided to join Dr. Morrow's marketing class in my sophomore year of high school. It was recommended to me through my counselor because I needed a class to fill my schedule, so I thought that marketing would be easiest enough for me. One of the biggest misconceptions about Dr. Morrow's class is that all we do is have speakers, have fun, party, and eat, and that's just the entire class. That could not be more wrong. While other teachers are bringing you knowledge through books, through lectures, and through learning, Dr. Morrow is bringing us the knowledge that we need through real people and real experiences. And that's really how we learn in the class. What people don't realize is that those speakers are bringing us the information. We're learning just like them, just a different way.
Hi, I am Isis Tennant, and I am in Dr. Morrow's third level marketing class. And I decided to join her class because I honestly was just looking for something to just get into, and all the other elective stats at school wasn't really interesting. Plus, I knew I was going to go to college for marketing, so I believed that was the only CTE that was really going to help me out when I graduate.
Hi, I'm Alex Manel, a senior and a student of Dr. Morrow's third level marketing class. Why did I decide to join this class? Well, going into high school, I knew I wanted to be part of a class that was going to help me own my own business in the future, or a class that would help me in the medical field. Going into my sophomore year, it was still a toss-up between the two. So I decided to sign up for both. But marketing, what was my original perspective and how did it change from first year to third year? Well, for my first year, it actually wasn't with Dr. Morrow, but it was with a different marketing teacher at the time. We did a lot of handwritten work. And I was just like, man, we're learning about marketing, but I felt like there needs to be more. It felt like we were missing something in that class. I decided to continue the marketing pathway because at this time, other marketing students were telling me about all the valuable lessons and all the things that they were doing in Dr. Morrow's class. But I didn't believe it because they were supposed to be learning the same thing we were learning. Boy, was I wrong. My first year in her class, matter of fact, the first day, I realized that one, she wasn't a teacher to play around with. But two, she really had a passion and care for what she did. And she really cared about the impact she had on the students. The joy of knowing that someone, whether it was Dr. Morrow or a speaker, was going to impact our lives that day is something I'll truly miss.
What's up, guys? This is Jordan Jackson from Dr. Morrow's third level marketing class. I just want to say thank you, Dr. Morrow, for all you've done throughout my years of high school, 3 years that I've been at Luella. I want to thank you for helping me create, my brand, Black Clothing Company, and putting me in front of people to help me build my brand. I really appreciate that, and it wouldn't be the same or even existing without you. Why I joined your class? Honestly, I've always had a passion for marketing, and I never knew you were going to be the teacher, but when I found out you were and who you were as a teacher, I'm glad I made that choice, honestly. And one word to describe your class is life-changing. The people that we meet in your class, whether it's the students or the speakers, is life-changing. Like, the power of networking and the way you showed us is crazy, and that's something that we can take for the rest of our lives. And once again, Dr. Morrow, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you. We love you. Thank you.
Well, you've made it to the end of the documentary. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed creating it. So thank you for watching Smoking Mirrors, The Experience Behind the Door.
Well, boys, we hit the jackpot this time.